The latest now on the coronavirus emergency. The quarantine on the Diamond Princess cruise ship is set to end for some passengers tomorrow, but just this morning, dozens more cases were confirmed on board. This as those 14 Americans who were evacuated back to the U.S. and tested positive for the virus now remain in isolation. Clayton Sandell is in Omaha, Nebraska, where 10 of them are being treated. Good morning, Clayton.
Good morning, Robin. Yeah, those 10 patients are being treated at a quarantine center on this complex just behind me here. And this morning, those number of infected patients continues to rise on that cruise ship, now up to 542.
This morning, 14 American cruise ship passengers who tested positive for novel coronavirus, or COVID-19, are being closely watched in California and at this quarantine unit in Omaha, Nebraska.
One patient was transported to the hospital, to the biocontainment unit, because of a chronic condition.
338 Americans were evacuated from the Diamond Princess cruise ship in Japan on 2 flights, landing Monday at military bases in California and Texas to begin a 14-day quarantine. But just as the evacuations began, a complication. New test results showed those 14 were indeed infected, potentially exposing hundreds of others. U.S. authorities decided to evacuate them anyway, first on a 40-minute bus ride to the airport, then isolating them in these special chambers at the back of the planes. The 10 infected passengers who arrived in Omaha, escorted by medical teams in protective gear, driven by motorcade to a special infectious disease facility that once treated Ebola patients.
We're isolating them until we know the testing results.
The evacuation is splitting couples apart.
They took temperatures, and if you had a high temperature, you went into that isolation booth.
Mark Jorgensen evacuated, but his wife Jerry is still in a Japanese hospital.
The last night on the ship, I had a slight temperature, but it was gone the next morning. I haven't had a temperature since, but I am stuck here for 14 days.
John Herring is in a hospital fighting the virus and has pneumonia. His wife Melanie facing the impossible decision to stay or leave him behind to take the only evacuation flight out. They both decided she should go.
If I would have stayed, it was put to me that they didn't know when I could return to the United States.
Coronavirus continues infecting the global economy. Apple now blaming the outbreak for a slowdown in production the company says will cause a temporary worldwide shortage of iPhones.
And all of these patients will be monitored in quarantine for the next 2 weeks. In the meantime, there is another cruise ship with Americans and coronavirus on board. This one in Cambodia. Officials say they are monitoring closely, but have not announced any new evacuation flights just yet. George.
Such a dangerous situation. Okay, Clayton, thanks very much. Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.